A recent piece in The Hill quoted mostly off-the-record Republicans on Capitol Hill who are hoping the Supreme Court would do their job for them and rule Trump lacks the authority to enact his global tariffs. Now, seeing as tariffs are essentially imposed taxes and that Congress has the enumerated powers of the purse, the thinking, or hoping, is that the High Court would strip Trump of the unchecked authority to levy his sweeping tariffs against 180 nations. Now, while the piece describes widespread shock and dissatisfaction among the GOP with these ill-thought and uncoordinated tariffs, the broader motivation among Republicans isn't the existential threat of a probable self-manufactured recession. It will be their jobs next fall that could be hanging in the balance. Electeds, they're getting earfuls at home from constituents and know that next November they, not Trump, will be the ones on the ballot. While it's true that the Tea Party/MAGA movement has purged many moderates from the GOP and that it was lost on no one that most of the Republicans who voted to hold Trump to account after the insurrection are no longer there, it is still stunning that the collective silence of a party that preached free trade and the rule of law is so deafening. Beyond just electoral self-preservation and speaking out against the hugely unpopular Trump platform, their silence begs another question. Why do you want this job if you won't even do it? The Constitution, in its brilliance, set up a system of checks and balances where Congress, with both chambers now under Republican control, is supposed to be a co-equal branch of government. Instead, they have let an unelected troll decimate the government in Musk, shuttering agencies and laying off thousands of federal workers with no disclosures and no transparency. They've also let Trump single-handedly ignore court rulings and due process, and they've allowed Trump to crater an inherited healthy economy with no exit ramp in sight. Lisa Murkowski, an Alaskan Republican senator and one of the only courageous lawmakers in her party to repeatedly say that the emperor has no clothes, she recently spoke of the consequences of being a lonely voice. She spoke of being afraid of retaliation, not just in a primary, but in a possible physical violence like we saw against Nancy Pelosi's husband and more recently Governor Shapiro in Pennsylvania. Still, she says that she was elected to put country before party and that the collective silence from her colleagues, who privately tell her they wish that they could stand with her, is understandable but still against the oath that they swore upon entering office. I get it. It's easy for me to say from the comfort of a TV studio, but to my friends on the right side of the aisle in Washington, you do know better. Your cowardice may buy you cover until at least next fall, but at what price? Where will we be as a nation in a year and a half if the past 90 days are any indication? Did you really seek higher office to encourage the destroying of our founders' vision of co-equal branches of government, in the process neutering your own authority? To me, the cost of silence, especially when you know better, is a too steep a price to pay for a nation, and I may add, for your conscience.